Hey guys, welcome back to GTA Magic. Today we'll talk about why Rockstar is anti-women. Believe it or not, let's head into it. Number 5. Missing representation of women. It was clear that there was real frustration with the status quo in in-versus conversation with women gamers and industry members. In Rockstar-produced games, women who even want something approaching equal representation face both harassment and disinterest. They don't think that there is a way for female gamers to exert any power over the games of Rockstar, which means that RDR has every chance of getting misogynistic as many other games in the company. The industry still prioritizes male experience, even as video game companies have given token nods to representation over the past few years. A 2015 study by the Pew Research Center found that most people think that gamers are mostly men, and this is reflected in the type of games being made. There were 12 times as many games starring men at this year's E3 2016 as there were games starring females. Ironically, it was tolerance that helped shape the situation. Women, who make up nearly half of the gaming population, told Pew that they are far more likely than the other way around to watch or play something starring a man. Male heroes sell almost 75% better than female ones in video games. Number 4. Female activists. To reverse that trend, some women are taking small steps. Magdalene Rose, a YouTube critic who runs a vlog called Super Princess Tea Party, says she has stopped playing Rockstar games like LA, Noir, and GTA Vice City.
You've been talking about feminism. Yeah, well, now we have almost 3,000. Really?
If they want to make their games a complete sausage fest, then go ahead. If I want a cool female protagonist, I'll take my money elsewhere, Rose told Inverse. For Rockstar, one of the most successful businesses in the country, it will take a lot of women to make the same decision to cause any sort of dent. A monumental success was Grand Theft Auto 5, breaking the Guinness World Record for the fastest media product to reach $1 billion in sales. And that success, including its often demeaning depictions of women, actually makes it harder for women to push back against the company.
So Rockstar has stated that creating a female lead character for GTA 5 just didn't feel natural.
Number 3. Sexist portraits of women. There are sex workers to kill in GTA 3, exotic dancers to grope in GTA 5, side quests to humiliate and bully, and naked dead bodies to inspect in LA. For the most part, women in Rockstar games are set dressings or disposable playthings. Some games have had slightly more well-rounded female characters, but they are still being used for the benefit of the hero. Bonnie is a damsel in distress in Red Dead Redemption, kidnapped so that she can be saved by the hero. Women don't really seem to have any power in any Rockstar game. Natalie Huajas, the creative lead for Reventure Games, said, "If women have any power, it's either taken away from them, or it's like women are the worst because they're bitches." Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar's most successful series by far, is also its worst offender. Some of its advocates may suggest that GTA is a parody of our ultra-violent culture, in which men are exploited as women, and that they're not completely wrong. But even so, in GTA, in their portrayal, male characters have far more agency. They're murderers, liars, and thieves, while women are prostitutes to be killed. Number 2. With boycotting Rockstar's help. A double-edged sword is the boycott of Rockstar games. While it could certainly hurt their profit margins, it also runs the risk of hurting more than helping. If the audience of Rockstar games becomes entirely male, and it's still sufficiently successful to turn a profit, that could further encourage Rockstar to continue to make games focused on men. Participating in the active backlash of social media is another option. Last year, after receiving lots of blowback from the social media, Playing History Slave Trade removed a video game level where black slave characters were dropped into a ship, like Tetris blocks.
Oh my god, it looks so horrible! You have to think like an old school slave merchant!
But being active on Twitter also puts a target on the backs of women gamers, as seen in last year's episodes of Gamergate. After death threats, doxing, and other hostile practices became too much to deal with, an onslaught of harassment from male gamers drove several women away from social media. Gamergate both sharply reduced the number of people who would participate in a social media campaign, and the interest developers have in appearing responsive to social media campaigns. Fem in the Fridge founder Al Anderson said, Number 1. Giving women better opportunities. The longer-term option, proposed by several developers, gives the opportunity for more women to work in the industry itself. Around 1/5 of American video game industry employees are women right now, and they make up less than 10% of UK developers. It's no surprise they're going to create more games that appeal to their experience when the numbers are skewed so male. But there are lots of hurdles to breaking into the industry. Typically, someone needs a computer science bachelor's degree, as well as a portfolio that shows their quality of work. Even with those credentials, because of sexism in the classroom and in the field, women have reported feeling discouraged from continuing their course in game development. For marginalized groups like women of color and those in the LGBTQ community that is amplified. Casey's work with Code Liberation helps create a space without the presence of active or passive misogyny for women, non-binary, and female-identifying individuals to explore game development and coding. In order to encourage more diverse hiring practices, Code Liberation also gets their developers in contact with video game businesses. It seems a lot simpler than you think it would be, which is simply hire more people who aren't men, because they are out there, Casey said. If you give them the opportunities, they will take them and they will blow your mind. Casey added the players who want to help can just purchase their games to support indie developers who promote diverse representations. Huahaz, who will release her first game next year, said it's important for indie developers to try out games, because not only are you helping to get their work noticed, but you're also going to get a new experience. People are like, oh, it's open world, let's put a guy here and give him a tragic backstory he needs to solve, she said. We've become so railroaded by styles of play that sometimes indie developers are trying different things, even in short form. What do you think about Rockstar? Do you agree that they're anti-women? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.